In this video, I'm just going to break down a simple guide you guys can follow to essentially book a ton of appointments for yourself. This isn't going to be any specific, video in terms of like software, in terms of any of that. I'm not going to share my screen. It's basically just some pillars of like appointment booking that you need to know that you can apply right away to start booking appointments for yourself, for your business, but all the things that you need to have in line to be able to actually do that. So the first thing is market research. Now, I made a recent video about how you can use AI for this as well, but you want to just do deep market research of the niche you're targeting, what service you're selling to them, and then obviously this leads into the offer. So market research, and then all from there you want the offer. Now nowadays there are a bunch of offers out there, a bunch of overused offers, a bunch of hype guarantees, but when it comes to like offer generation itself, you want to just make sure it's uniquely positioned. It's that you're in a market of one, and you can actually use AI for this. In the recent video that I made, you can put all the market research into AI, put all your services into AI, and then AI is going to give you based on saturation, cold traffic, especially if you're doing outbound marketing, based on all these categories, which offer essentially would be the best, which service would be the best, and who to sell, which like industry to sell it to would be the most profitable for you. And then you can actually use it to assist you with actually the offer itself, so like the outcome, the specific positioning of it, and then you just can refine it as much as you want. This is something I recommend. Like, it's AI assisted, so it's human in the loop, so you're constantly refining, editing, and thinking for yourself when it comes to market research and the offer. But overall, this is the first thing: just get the market research dialed down and get an offer dialed in. So make sure you are selling a service that is in high demand, that people actually want, and you're selling it in a unique looking way, and you'll be just fine. Doesn't matter whether it's AI to local businesses, doesn't matter whether it's, because if someone's done it, then you can do it as well. So as long as you see someone successful in that niche, it means you can also do it. So whether it's you're targeting software companies with some marketing strategy, whether you're targeting e-com brands with retention marketing, whatever it is, offers don't saturate. Offers saturate, but the actual markets don't, because as long as the problems exist, there'll always be offers and opportunities for you to get clients. Next thing is called like the outbound system. So when it comes to outbound, I recommend you just start with one outbound system. And when it comes to specifically at the granular level, what an outbound system is actually consisting of, it is you got to get the leads, you got to enrich them with AI nowadays, which is what you can do. You got to come up with your scripts, come up with your flow, your strategy that you're going to use. And that's basically what it is. So for example, if you're going to do LinkedIn outreach, you'd want to, or cold email or whatever, broadly, you just want to make sure you've found a unique method to source leads and accurately qualify them through the process that fits the market research and the ideal client profile that you've done previously in the step one. So any lead that you're actually engaging is actually a fit. So I know qualification isn't as important when it comes to like you're just starting out. It's just it's about getting leads, taking sales calls. But nowadays, like, it's not that hard to also just make sure you're also pre-qualifying, to make sure all the people that you're talking to fit the criteria of what your market research and offer is specifically designed to target. So that's what AI allows you to do. Specific videos on that on my channel in terms of AI enrichment. The main software for that is Clay. You can pretty much enrich and find anything you want about the company and qualify using AI prompts, ChatGPT, API keys to qualify rows based on the criteria that you'd be looking to target. From there, we get to messaging. I'm just going to walk through specifically what you can do. For stuff like LinkedIn, the best approach is a voice note into a video sales letter. So you send a voice note, like asking for permission to pitch someone. You send them a video sales letter. If they, positive reply to that, and then from there you send them a calendar link, go high level booking link, whatever you send. And overall, it's just a high level breakdown of your offer that you've kind of crafted it earlier. Just like I said, you making it a big value proposition and just exactly what these prospects would want in their business. Sell to rich people, that's just another side note. You don't want to be, just make sure you pick a niche that's actually got rich people in it. You don't want to be selling to just small businesses that don't have too much money, because it's just going to make it harder for yourself. The next thing is cold email. So basically we use Instantly AI, Smart Lead, Email Bison, whichever software you really want to use. When it comes to B2B lead gen, it really is LinkedIn and cold email. Instagram, X do work for certain niches, but in terms of most industries, you'd be able to target them through either LinkedIn or cold email, and either one of those will be your best bet. So that's why I'm just going to cover like broadly LinkedIn and cold email. But cold email, instantly get all your inboxes from either premium inboxes, which is Google mailboxes, or Hypertide for Outlook mailboxes. Essentially, warm it all up and instantly. And after 2 to 3 weeks, you can get sending. When it comes to specific messaging, I've got a video specifically about the cold email strategies that we implement for our clients. At a high level, it's just the unique offer, short email, value proposition, unique mechanism that isn't like hype or weird. It's just a genuinely unique mechanism, and personalization to each lead. And this is also for LinkedIn outreach as well. And then basically the last thing from there is just inbox management and like actually setting the appointments. So when it comes to handling objections, you've got to build a strategy that you handle objections. So like, the price objection, what's the price? How does it work? All these ones, you want to bank the replies that you've used, and you actually want to make a GPT that actually can automatically reply to these things for you, so you don't have to waste time. Now, this caveat to this, you have to know how to do this before you can actually put a GPT into it. But essentially, all there is the strategy, implementing the strategy. So whether it's LinkedIn, it's the voice note into the VSL, into a Calendly, or it's it's LinkedIn. It's cold email, and you're sending we don't use Looms, so we just send CTA. And these are when you're going to start getting objections. And basically, you want to be able to handle these objections. The main thing with handling objections is keeping curiosity high, giving them a good reason to hop on the call in their best interests. Never really answering, kind of dodging their questions, but while acknowledging them. That's really important. But nowadays, just being fully transparent about certain things also works, but mainly just leveraging biases. I got a full video about objection handling, like a 28-minute video on this channel. So how to do that specifically is on my channel, so you can check that out. This is kind of just a broad overview, so you don't overcomplicate what you need to do. So it's so far, you got the market research, the offer. You pick one outbound channel, you source leads, you enrich them with AI. Again, videos on how to do that. Now you learn how to manage replies, handle objections, and then all there is booking people in. So then once you book people in, just make sure your Calendly or whatever you're using has got email and SMS reminders. All this stuff that is going to bump up show rates as well. Get them to accept a calendar invite through email confirmation. I've got another video on show rates, how to optimize those as well. So that's, again, you guys can watch that as well. And then all there is really just taking the sales calls. And then so this is literally how you book appointments. Like at a broad level, it's really not complicated. It's all just in our heads, really, because months ago, about a year ago, we couldn't really book that many appointments, and we thought it was a secret strategy. We got to, what's the latest AI? What's the next one? Really, it's just you got to think critically about what your market wants and how can you show it to them as many times as possible in a unique way that is just impossible to say no to. And someone's going to be crazy enough to essentially, if you're just starting out, someone's going to be crazy enough to even buy on a sales call, and then from there it's just a flywheel. So first few deals we ever closed, it was difficult, but someone at the end of the day, the appointments come through, and by just the virtue of statistics, we just ended up closing deals. And then from there, it's just a flywheel. You got it, and then once you've got a proof of concept with appointments and sales calls and delivery, and then you just keep going around and around, and then that's how you get to 6 figures. In today's market, really, there's so many things to sell. There's so many people to sell it to. Nothing's really going to be saturated because even if it does, that just means that 98% of people don't know what they're doing. So this is just a broad overview of how to book appointments, and that's it for this one. All of the specific stuff in each section, that'll be in a bunch of my YouTube videos, so check all those out. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.